What's up, YouTube? Swiftly here, back with another Blueprints video, and it has been a hot minute since I recorded. I believe the last day I recorded was either day 8 or day 9, and we've made a lot of progress since then. As you can see, we are in day 22, so I'm gonna kind of quickly run you through our days. Now, the first thing I will say is that we found a couple of new rooms. We found the Gemstone Cavern, which gives us two. As you can see, we got two gems now. So 2 gems a day. We will have that along with the apple orchard, which I did find on video. You guys seen that? We got 20 extra steps, which is why we're starting with 70 steps instead of 50 steps. We found an allowance coin. We found 2 extra allowance coins because I think I found one of those. So we were getting 2. As you can see right here, you get your allowance at the start of each day. We started out with 2, then we got to 4, and now we got to 6. So we start our day with 2 gems and 6 coins now at the very start of our day. And as you can see by this map, we also found the foundation, which leads to the underground. And it does not reset each day, so that foundation room will be in that exact spot every single time. And I kind of drafted it in a pretty good spot because I've heard people say that you kind of want your foundation not too close, but also not all the way to the very end. But you kind of want it in that general 9 square area, either next to the antechamber, second away from the antechamber, or this third row where I have it. In this general area right there is kind of where you want it, or even maybe 1 box lower. Uh, but yeah, let's go through the days really quickly just to show you guys. Actually, I could show you guys way quicker than this because I just realized we could show the rooms this way. So I got some upgrade disc. We upgraded the spare room to the spare green room, and the only reason why I did that is because depending on what green rooms you get, you can get extra gems and things of that nature. So I turned the spare room into the spare green room because one of these green rooms, which one is it? The patio. If you get the patio, which I've been getting fairly often, it spreads gems in each green room. So when you get the patio, if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green rooms, you will have 5 a gem in each one of these rooms. So that's the reason why I went with the spare green room, because the spare green room is a green room now. As you can see, it's green. It's no longer blue from the regular spare room. It's green now, so that will help me get an extra gem. And I did that because the only other options was like I forgot, it was like a spare bedroom, and then it was like something else. The third one, I think it was like some type of red room, if I'm not mistaken. It was like a purple room, a green room, and then I think like a red room. So I went with the green room. I don't think there's anything else that we found. I think we've been. I'm not sure if I've been found the locker room or not, but we do have the locker room. Uh, I've used the garage a couple times. We found the ballroom. We found the vault, and that is where I found. Um, for anybody watching this, I found one of the allowance in the safety deposit box, and that's the only reason why I crafted the vault, because I did end up getting the safety deposit key. I think out of the garage, I got the safety deposit box key. And because I had a car key, I opened the back of the car. I got a safety deposit box key along with the 3 keys in the garage, and then I kind of crafted myself towards a dead end. So I was like, excuse me, there was nowhere else for me to go, so I decided to just go ahead and craft a vault so I could at least see what's in the safety deposit box to see if it was something good. It gave you 40 coins. Then it gave me like an additional 30 coins in the box, and then it also gave me the allowance or whatever in the vault. So, if you want a ton of coins, the vault is definitely somewhere to go. Trying to think. I was able to turn the boiler room on after screwing around with that. Again, that was the same game. I was at a dead end. So I decided to play around with the boiler room just to see if I could unlock that puzzle. It took me about, 15, 20 minutes. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, it took me a very long time, but I was finally able to figure it out. We also unlocked the drafting studio, which lets you take one floor plan and add it permanently to your state's draft pool. So I forgot which one I chose. I chose something. I can't remember what it was. We also got the pump room, which I was able to use to drain the fountain out front, so we could get access to the basement. And I've unlocked two different ways to get into the basement as well too. Um, I'm trying to think. We crafted the workshop as well too. The laboratory we've crafted multiple times. Code check is where we stored our basement key. I ended up crafting a freezer as well too, and all it did was freeze my account. But unfortunately, what I did learn is that it freezes your account, right? And I want to see something. It says money and gem amounts will not reset at the end of each day, and they cannot be adjusted or used until tomorrow. Now, I did not see that little print at the bottom. I did not know that. So what happened was I crafted the freezer. It freezed me. I had two gems and one key, and then I ended up going into another room, and I opened up the study room, right, which we got the code to the safe in the study room, which gives you a gem, and it didn't add the gem. I still only had two gems, which pissed me off. So do keep in mind, when they say it freezes your account, they means that it freezes your accounts permanently. You know, you will not get any more keys. You will not get any more coins. You will not get any more gems, whatever it freezes at. So this should be the last room. If you have this room, this should be the last room you enter in. You should never enter in this room and then go into another room. Just don't do it. We have the conference room, you know, the antechamber, obviously, and then room 46. And then the bedrooms, still same bedrooms. The hallways, I don't think I've unlocked any new hallways to my knowledge. Then for the green rooms, we've unlocked the terrace, the patio, obviously, the greenhouse, obviously, we had. I finally unlocked the morning room, and then we also have the secret garden, which is also pretty useful as well when it comes to unlocking those chamber rooms. For the shops, these are still the only shops that I've seen so far. Commissary, the kitchen, the locksmith. Now I found out that the laundry room, you can actually launder your currency, and basically what it does is that they let you take your coins, and you could buy like spin cycle, you could buy like something else. I forgot what the other two are, but basically it turns your coins into something else. Like it'll turn your coins into gems, it'll turn your coins into keys, and then I forgot what the third one does, but yeah, basically you could just exchange your coins for something else. And then obviously the kitchen, food, so you could get footsteps, commissary, obviously, to buy items, and then the locksmith to buy keys. The red rooms, we've unlocked all of the red rooms. The last one I think I had to unlock was the furnace. Was the last one I had to craft. I had pretty much everything else you guys have seen. Then the studio editions, we unlocked the solarium, and it says that you are more likely to draw unusual and rare rooms while drafting. So this was one of those ones that I picked up instantly just because of it's gonna unlock more rare rooms for me. And then the found floor plans. Obviously, you guys seen when we found the closed exhibit. You guys seen when we found the planetarium in the telescope room. I forgot what the telescope room is called, but it doesn't matter. We found the planetarium in there. We found the conservatory, which allows you to adjust the rarity of floor plans. So what I was able to do is when you go in here, you'll be able to choose 3 different floor plans, and you can choose to make them like super rare or super common. So if it's a really good room, you can make it really, really common so that you constantly get it every day. And then you could, you know, use a room like, for example, the lavatory. I made the lavatory super rare because for me, I've never found anything in a lavatory. Now, maybe I'm just, you know, early on. That's the reason why I'm not finding stuff, but I never really found anything useful in the lavatory, so I made the lavatory super duper rare because it's a dead end room as well, and I've never found anything in the lavatory. Every time I've drafted the lavatory, it's had nothing in it. It's just a plain dead end room, so I made the lavatory super duper rare. And then last but not least, we unlocked the mechanarium. The mechanarium has 1 door for each room in your house. It's an iron vaulted mechanical chamber fixed with motorized panels that can reveal up to 8 different rooms depending on the parameters at the time of creation. Now here's the thing, right? I'm not going to take my allowance just yet because I'm actually going to go back out this way. I just want to see something because the last time I came out here, you know, you guys didn't see this, but let me show you guys the days. Day 21, we actually was able to craft. I mean, I don't think I can show you guys. Can I? I don't think it lets me show you. See, it lets me show the house history, but it doesn't let me show the item history. That's the only thing. So we was able to craft a workshop. Actually, I can show you guys. You see, we craft a workshop. We had a battery pack. We had a sledgehammer, and we had something else. We was able to create the power hammer, and that led to us bussing out a bunch of different rooms and areas that led to different things. And yeah, for that, we was able to, you know, kind of unlock another area of the map and get to another area that we was trying to get to. So now because we had the basement key, we was able to open the basement key door. That basement door will stay open as long as you find the basement key. So for those of you that are playing that haven't gotten to this point yet, if you're watching this video, I would implore you, if you have code check, if you have any type of special key, put that key in code check. If it's a special key that's in your inventory, please put, and not just a regular key up at the top, please put that key in code check. I put my basement key in code check when I finally made it to the antechamber, which is where you will get the basement key. I left that key in code check for about 3 to 4, maybe even 5 days before I finally decided to use it. So this is just showing you the map. Yeah, there's nothing in there. It's like a torn piece of the map, but I do believe that I screenshotted the map as well too. So now here's the thing. I think I screwed up because I think I came the wrong way. So we already wasted 4 footsteps because I think I came the wrong way. I think I got to come through the foundation way. So we already wasted a couple of footsteps. But I kind of just wanted to show where I got to. Actually, you know what? We wasted footsteps, but actually I don't need to get to the foundation. I'm lying. I forgot that it was actually this area over here is where I got to it. Excuse me. I mean, worst case scenario, we just call it a quits for today. But yeah, we broke down that door right there. And then we had the sledgehammer. We broke down this door right here, which led to the basement. And then you got to do this puzzle over here. This puzzle, basically, you got to move a bunch of stuff, stack a bunch of boxes, and when you stack it, you know, you'll be able to walk across all of this. Now, I moved this because I had to come through here, but you will have this here, and you will walk across. You will press that green button over there, and then that green button will then move this bookcase and give you access over here. So obviously I did all of these things already, and then now you can see this is where we were at before on that other side. There's 2 different ways you could get to this. We was over here and it kind of blocked our passageway, so we couldn't get to it. So now we can get to this area over here. And the reason why I'm doing this is because last game I got to this point and I freaking ran. So I already moved it to where it needs to be. I forgot what the thing about this game is. Anything physical, if you move it, like the minecart, like that minecart over there, is gonna stay there. So if I drag this minecart this way, when the next day comes, this minecart will still be dragged over here. So wherever you leave it or move it or touch it to last, that's where it will be. So we got to do this again. So basically, the goal is to get this lined up on that side so that we can line so we want to move this 2 over like that. And that's if I'm doing this right. I could be doing this wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is what I did last game. So hopefully I'm not wrong. Hopefully I'm getting this right and I don't look stupid. So then we move this, and then we got to put that right side forward, because I managed to get this far, right? I managed to get this far the last day, and I got this far with about 4 steps, and it's gonna take a step when you walk in through here, right? Bam, see? And then I had 3 steps, and I think I unlocked, because there's like a little doorway that you can go through to the right or to the left. A little tiny secret passageway. Let me see where it's at. I don't remember if it's left or to the right, but it's one of these directions. It's left or right. Maybe you gotta walk through it, but I managed to make it here. I think they take a footstep when you walk through here, yeah. And then when you open it, oh, so you gotta open this. When you open this, it unlocks the small passageway that I'm talking about. But this right here is the lever that you have to pull to unlock the final room. So everybody was thinking, even me was thinking, that the final room, right, is the antechamber room. But the antechamber room, it says still, but you can't help but draw a connection between this room and room 46. And what you're about to see is when you pull this lever, antechamber is not the final room. The final room is the north door. So now you still gotta make it to the antechamber. But the beauty of this is that means that I will always be able to unlock room 46. Like, I did everything I needed to do to unlock room 46. So for me, this area here will always be accessible. So, and then now when you pull that lever, you'll see what I'm talking about when I say that it unlocked the secret passageway that I didn't get to experiment or explore, because I ran out of steps. As soon as I ran into the room, I ran out of steps. So you'll see what I'm talking about here in a few seconds. Like, all right, so look, this is what it unlocked. And then by the time I got here, you know, I couldn't even really experiment or look at anything, because I only had like 2 steps or 1 step left. And then there's another room that you can go into. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember if I turned this. Like, I think I turned this. Yeah, I turned this because I went into this room over there to that right side. And I went into this room here and I didn't have enough. I literally had 1 step left, and as soon as I came in here, the game ended. So now I'm actually able to investigate, explore. Didn't even see that there was this door here. I don't even know what that door does. Didn't get to read anything or look at anything in here, but this is interesting to see. This like just a miner's room or something like that. So let's see, Scripps and Rutherford. Oh, okay, Scripps and Rutherford Mining Company, excavation department. After almost 3 years in the tunnels, SNR have informed me that we will be closing up the site in June. It has been a somewhat bittersweet experience working on such a historical, significant excavation over the past 30 odd months, yet being unable to share any of that work with the world. Maybe one day. Still, there's a significant amount of work that is yet to be done, and it is vitally important that we conclude our efforts in the main cavern and reinforce the structural integrity of the site before we seal the tunnels next month, and maybe many generations before they are reopened. So I guess we got some story knowledge, but I wonder what this does. Okay, so this just opens a door. It takes a step from us. Okay. So now we just opened another pathway, I guess. All right, so now this is useful. This is actually useful because this is just opening further and more pathways to the mechanism, you know, which is actually useful. It's extremely useful because it makes it that much easier. So now I'm gonna go up because we already opened the thing, and also because if you go this way, if you don't have the key card, you can't call the elevator. I learned that the hard way, so that's why I leave this pathway over here unblocked. Okay, it's this way. I leave this pathway here unblocked just so I can get back this way, because you gotta have the key card in order to call the elevator from that way. If you don't have the key card, you can't call the elevator, which means you'd be basically stuck here. So this is why I just come this way. This is stuff that I've learned through trial and error. Now you see, we already down about what? I'm trying to think. We're down what, 16? We're down 17 footsteps, and we haven't even opened a single door in the entrance hall yet. But you can see here that we have that north door unlocked. That north door is unlocked. So now really our games, when we start these games, it's really just about trying our hardest to actually make it to the antechamber. And really we're trying our hardest to get a broken lever to open one of these doors. Now, I know for a fact, I know I'm yapping, I know for a fact that a lever for the south room is in the greenhouse. So for me, my goal for most of the part is to spawn a greenhouse. I need to spawn the rooms that I'm shooting for, right? I don't know why it's not showing me the room, but okay, the aquarium is in rooms. My goal is to spawn an aquarium for sure, and my goal is to spawn a greenhouse. Period. Those are like the main things, because I know for a fact that, now the thing is, the broken lever can spawn in pretty much any room. The lever, I've seen the lever spawn in I've seen a lever spawn in security room. I've seen the lever spawn in I want to say the laboratory. I've seen it spawn in the workshop. I think there's multiple places that it can spawn. Like I've seen it spawn in the gym, not the gymnasium, excuse me, the weight room on the bench to the right. I've seen it spawn there. So there's multiple different rooms that lever can spawn. But our goal is to, you know, hopefully spawn one of those and then go from there, you know. So we got a little lockbox early on. I'm gonna open a commissary just because I'm curious as to what's in it. I just want to know what's in it. So we got a salt shaker, we got a shovel, we got a sleeping mask, and we have a metal detector. Interesting. As long as we don't craft a chapel here, I'm good with whatever we get. We get a conference room. I'm gonna go with the conference room, but I would like to craft the observatory at some point. And that's only because of the bonuses that you get for the observatory. It's actually a really, really good room that I don't see. It's a very underrated room. I'll say that much. It's a very, very underrated room that I don't think a lot of people, you know, care too much about. Like, I mean, people craft it, but I don't think people realize how useful it is when you get up in these higher days, how useful all that room is. So it says the gems are in the blue box. The gems are in a box next to this box. Okay, so, and then it says the gems are in this box. The gems are in a box next to this box. So I'm going to assume that the white box is telling the truth, right? The gems are in a box next to this box. But the problem with that is that it's the middle box. So that means it could be the black box or the blue box. The gems are in the blue box. The gems are in this box. I don't know, man. The gems are in this box. I mean, it could be lying, though. That's the thing, bro. and at least one of these are lying. So if all right, so let's look at it like this: the gems are in the blue box. If this is lying, then that means the gems are in the box next to this. The gems are in this box. That means it's not possible, right? It's not possible for the black box to be lying, right? Because then that means that this would be telling the truth, and this would be telling the truth. So the gems are in the box next to this box. So that means this can't be lying either, right? Oh my God. I mean, based off this logic, I would assume that the gems are in the blue box. I would say based off this, the gems are in the blue box. I just don't want to get it wrong, bro, because there's 5 gems in play here, which it could be very, very vital to this. So let me just look at the paper one last time. There will always be at least one box that tells truths, and there will at least be one box which displays lies. So if this box is lying, the gems are in the blue box, right? This is a lie. The gems are in the blue box. That would mean yes. The gems are in the box next to this would mean this is telling the truth as well too, and the gems are in the blue box. If this box is lying, the gems are in this box, and this is a lie, that means it could be in these two, and that means the gems are in the box next to this box would be a lie. The gems are in the blue box would also be a lie. And then if you say the white box is lying, the gems are in the box next to this box, that's a lie. But which one of these are telling the truth? The gems are in the blue box. The gems are in this box. So that means by this logic, it has to be the blue box, right? Because then it wouldn't be lying, right? Okay, I guess I'm fucking dumb. Fuck. Like, I don't know, bro. These puzzles just start to get worse and worse to the point where, like, you can't... I'm trying to figure out, like, all right, so for me, right, the easiest way to do this puzzle is to figure out which one is like the blatant lie, right? If this is lying that the gems are in the blue box, the gems are not in the blue box, right? Then that means that this one is lying for sure, right? That means, but that means all 3 of these are lying, bro. Like this is the logic that I don't get. The logic that I don't get is that it's saying at least one of these boxes are telling the truth. So which one was telling the truth in this aspect, bro? The gems are in the blue box. That's a lie because it's not in the blue box. We opened it. The gems are in this box. That means this is a lie, right? Because the gems are not in this box. That's a lie. That's a lie. And then it's saying the gems are in a box next to this box. That is also a fucking lie because it's not in the black box. It's not in the blue box, bro. It would be in the white box in this regard, right? Because it's saying the gems are in the blue box. The gems are not in the blue box. That lied to me, bro. And the gems are in the box next to this box. Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, okay, I get it now. So it would have been in the black box. Okay, never mind. I'm just stupid, bro. I just realized my error, bro. I'm just dumb. I'm just dumb. And the thing is, I can live with that, bro. I can live with that. As long as I admit my mistakes, we're good, right? Right, chat? Y'all not gonna cook me. Right? Y'all not gonna cook me. I admitted my mistake. I made a mistake, bro. Y'all technically can't cook me if I admit that I was, you know. And then look, see, that would have been perfect because then I could have built off of this and we would have been good. But now I can't build off of that because of fuckery, because of nonsense. Because I thought I was cooking and I wasn't cooking. Okay, so we got 1 plus 19 is 20. Minus 6 would be 14. Times 2 would be 28. Divided by 7 would be 4. Ooh. Alright, so we got 2. We got 2, what's that? 2 squared. So 2 squared would be 4. uh 4 times 20, that's what, 80. And then we do what, 80 divided by 10 would be 8, and then 8 divided by 8 would be 1, right? Okay, so now we have 1 times 1 is 1. 1 squared is what is 1 squared? 1 squared is 1, and then divided by 1 is what, 1, right? So the answer should just be 1. Okay, the math checks out. So we got the key card. You know, the hardest thing about the dart puzzle thing or whatever isn't even the math. I would say the hardest part is about getting the order up. I'm remembering what the order of operations were and doing it in the correct order. But sometimes it doesn't matter depending on what numbers you get, but sometimes it does matter and it can completely screw you. And this just completely screwed me. I guess we just do guest bedroom because there might be a key in here. We got car keys. And that's the only reason why I did guest bedroom, because I know sometimes there's a key card, sometimes there's fruit, sometimes there's gems, sometimes there's something that you can use. Whereas coat check, I don't have any items besides the key card, and I don't really need the key card, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. Like, I don't really need the key card for jack shit. So now here's my dilemma, right? We can go weight room, right? Which would be useful because it gives us a path forward and it gives us a path to the right. Or we could use archives, which gives us a path forward or a path to the right. Or we could just use the dark room. Now, I'm personally, I'm going to just use the dark room. I want to save like the archives, and I want to save the weight room for like if we make it to the antechamber. So I'm gonna just use the dark room. Hopefully this door is open. I mean, we can't see shit, so it doesn't even really matter if the door is open or not, but... And it's a storeroom. So that's unfortunate, but I mean, we did get some decent stuff. We got a sledgehammer. We got something decent out of there. We got sledgehammer, we got car keys, we got the key card. Now, guess we'll draw the Nook. Now the problem is that drafting that library would have like given us a dead end, and we're still gonna get a dead end, I guess. So I guess it technically doesn't matter. I might as well put the closet here because we're really not cooking thus far. Thus far, we are certainly not cooking. This is looking like a very, very, very trash fucking day. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, we got dead ends to the left, dead ends up top, dead ends to the right of us. So now we just got literally one pathway that we can go. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even see this box here when we first came in. That would have been much more useful. So we're gonna go through the parlor. I'm not gonna lie, getting those gems, see, and that's the reason why I say it's so important. This perfect video to highlight the importance Um, do we have a code check? We don't have a code check. You know what? If we get a code check, actually, salt shaker, shovel. Do we have a shovel? We don't have a shovel. I'm trying to debate, do I want the metal detector or if I want the shovel? Because the shovel at the most is just going to give us coins for the most part, right? I don't think I've ever dug up anything except for coins. I'm going to go metal detector. Because they're like, if we go metal detector, we might find some keys or something. You know what I'm saying? And that's a little bit more useful. Wasn't there a box in here? I could have sworn that there was a box. I could have sworn there was a box. Maybe there was a box in another room. And so we got the rumpus room. We got the rumpus room, the corridor, or the spare green room. I'm personally going to go rumpus room. So we got some coins. Now, my only issue is if this thing here, I don't know if this thing here says the same thing. So I'm going to choose the coin because last time I didn't even watch this. I was under the assumption that the thing is the same exact thing, but we'll see. If it says something about a dog and a flag, I'll just skip it because it's the same, but
you find yourself
on a
face to
beach.
face with
Oh,
the
okay,
great
never mind.
Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future. Yes. The fog is clearing.
Fog is clearing.
I see a shadow in the doorway.
It's the dark room.
Silent footsteps in the hallways. An unlatched gate you did not open.
Whoa.
A missing item you did not take.
Okay.
I see a young boy watched from afar.
So that's us.
A young boy who once was brave, but now afraid. What you have heard here has been foreseen by the great Alzara. Until the dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
Okay, so this was actually useful. I mean, usually I'll be saying dude is talking in codes, but there is that gate outside the house that I haven't thing. So we're right here by the entrance, right? And he was talking about an item that I did not take. So that doesn't matter, right? Because I didn't take it. It's a missing item, so that means somebody else took it. And I was being watched from like somewhere over here because it was showing me from the left side. But I'm assuming. But the thing is, was he talking about this gate? But I unlatched this gate because this is where the camping site is at, right? So my assumption was that he was talking about the next gate over. If that gate is unlatched, alright, see, this game is bullshit, bro. Because, like, what is he talking about? A gate that I didn't unlatch. The fucking camping site is over here. So, obviously, I walked up through here and fucking unlatched the gate, bro. So, here we are wasting fucking footsteps once again because of that dumbass Alakazam dude, bro. Like, alright, now I'm a little pissed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little pissed, bro. I'm a little aggravated. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Because I was under the assumption that maybe that second gate was unlocked. And that's what he was referring to. But this dumbass Alakazam, Alakazoo, whatever the fuck his name is, is talking out his ass cheeks, bro. Mans don't know what the fuck he talking about. And the question is, do I just use the kitchen and go forward, or do I re-roll, bro? Do I re-roll? Like, I'm gonna, because the problem is that I can re-roll. We got 2 dead end rooms, bro. Look, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the kitchen, and you know what the reason why I'm gonna take the kitchen? I'm gonna take the kitchen because we have the compass, bro, and the compass is gonna help you build rooms to the north. Or at least that's what it says. See what I'm saying? It's gonna help us build rooms to the north. Ooh, a coin. That does nothing for me though. I don't need no damn coins, bro. What I need is, now I'm gonna draft this because I'm not gonna lie, I probably should have just, you know what? Here's the thing. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna spend it on the food, and the reason why I'm saying this is because the problem, right, is that I don't want to use it because if I get the diner room, this becomes pointless. 5 steps for every green room in your house. I only got 1 green room, so that's gonna be 5 for 5 steps. But the club sandwich just gives me, damn, that coupon would have went crazy. I'm not gonna lie. So we got a couple extra steps. I mean, if we get a shitty room, it won't matter going forward anyway. So we got the East Wing Hall. That's useful. We'll, oh, key. Is that a special key? Nope, it's a regular ass key. So we need a door going to the right. So we did get a door going to the right. We got the pantry, we got the laboratory, and we got the observatory. Kind of have no choice but to build the pantry because we do not have coins. I mean, we do not have gems. Here's the thing, I don't want, I mean, I'm gonna use the chapel room just because, like, but I did not want to spend any money just yet. I'm not gonna hold you. We gotta re-roll. Ugh. Like, they not giving me nothing good, man. I'll take the boudoir just because it'll give us a gem. We got the dice as well, too. And we got a gem, but right now it's not looking good for us. And I feel like this is what my runs are going to come down to. Now that I've figured out exactly what I need to do to beat the game, at least I'm thinking getting to door 46 is beating the game. Now it just becomes like, okay, how shit is your luck? Right? It now becomes a game of like, well, how shit is your luck that you aren't going to get the rooms that you need on this playthrough or this run, that, you know, you end up stuck. So the gymnasium is a decent room. We're on this right side, so we can't go to the right anyway. So I don't mind blocking this off. We could go to the left. We could go forward. We are going to take the hit to 2 steps, but we are going to get the running shoes actually, so that's kind of fire. Running shoes definitely helps. And I bet you both of these doors are locked too. We got 2 keys. Okay, I'm positively shocked. We could do workshop, but I'm gonna do dining room because it gives us 2 entrances. And of course, the dining room dinner is not served just yet. I'm just gonna keep going until I find a door that's locked. Now, here's the thing, right? Ah, man. I don't really want to use the security room, but I have a feeling that this security room is going to be locked. I'm going to use the gym on the security room. I'm not going to use it on the green room just yet, but I have a feeling that this build. Oh my God! Look what I tell you. But we got the key card though. We got a key card, so we're good. We're not completely screwed. But I'm gonna be honest with you boys. I have a feeling that this is going to lead to the conservatory, and I really don't need the conservatory. I need that greenhouse. And yeah, I mean, observatory. Oh my God! But we didn't. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna re-roll, bro. I'm sorry. I have to re-roll. Mage chamber, I'm not using. Laundry room, we can't do. I'm gonna re-roll one more time. We basically just got screwed. I'm not gonna lie. We just got screwed crazy. There is a gym in here, and then there's another gym. I gotta remember what the code is. Wait, the code is I think 08112. Yeah. 08112. Okay. I was about to say I couldn't remember what the code is, but I did remember what the code is. I lied. I don't think there's anything else in here. We do have the metal detector if there was something else in here. Hopefully this security door is unlocked, and of course it's not locked. We do have some steps. The dinner is served, and of course this is locked as well too. So I'm gonna take the hit to footsteps and hope that this door is unlocked. Okay, so both of these doors is unlocked. So here's the thing. I'm gonna take the L that I took going back in there, because this is gonna lead me straight to the foundation, and I don't need to go straight to the foundation. I don't. I need something. Okay, now this is perfect because we was able to draft the library going this way. That's actually good. We got another gym. This is good. We're kind of in good hands. I don't remember. Okay, this was the book that I selected last that I decided to check out. The History of Orindia. Now, I done checked out the other books. The other one was just a bird book. One was a book about the rooms. One was a book about the different types of rooms and something like that. I haven't checked out this one yet. The History of Orindia. Forward. Blank, the name used to designate the realms of Eastern Waters, is no longer known to the average citizen of the elder generation. We must permit our leaders to enjoin us to abandon our past. Ascension of the first king, blank, whose name Oris would later grace the burgeoning. A new kingdom was born. I don't know why they're crossing all this shit out. It was the fourth king, blank, who split this vast domain in 3 equal shares. To the youngest he bestowed upon him the realm of Arch Ares, the land of northern storms, a wild and untamed expanse. Arisia, the third era. Oh, what's this? Baron Sinclair, thank you so much for your cooperation with our department and this investigation. We know your presence is never convenient, especially for someone of your social status, so it means all the more that you are not only tolerant but also willing to aid our efforts in getting this business done as quickly as possible. We are returning with this letter, the book you lent us. Though I must confess it was not as much help as I had hoped. I had heard that your library of rare restricted books was quite extensive, and I was told by a reliable source that if a first edition and uncensored copy of the History of Orindia could be found, it would likely be found within the Baron's own collection, but perhaps I was misinformed. Still, part of me thinks that you may have given me the censored copy as a taste, if you will, for the bureaucrat of their own medicine. If that is the case, then I say well done, fair play, and perhaps on my next visit we'll have a laugh about this after you've given me the actual manuscript. Till then, Detective Bond Margot Redguard. So it's just the censored version of the book. Okay. So apparently there was an investigation. They was asking him for help, etc., etc., etc. I just want to go up here just because I have the metal detector, just in case. Just in case there's something up here, you know, a gem, something, a key. But I don't think there is. I don't think I've ever found anything up here besides those two books. So now here's the thing, right? We either craft from security or we craft from the library. Now, I'm cool with crafting from the library just because if you read it, it says that discover less common floor plans while drafting in the library. Whereas view of inventory of all items currently in the house, that's really the only thing that you're going to get out of there. And then I guess going to the gymnasium, which that door is locked anyway, it's going to lead us directly to the foundation. So that's the reason why I'm not even wasting my time building that room. Unless I build a room that has like a bunch of keys, then I might go back to the gym. But other than that, I just don't really see the point. So let's see, MOT, moment of truth. Is there going to give us something good? So there is the rotunda. But I can redraw plans. They're here. Because this is the thing. I've drawn the rotunda before and it screwed me. It didn't let me go in any direction but the room that I came in. You know what I'm saying? So so the observatory won't go nowhere. The chamber of mirrors, you gotta come from different directions in order to effectively use it or whatever. So I'm not even gonna do that. I'm gonna just re-roll because we have a option to re-roll. So now this is actually extremely helpful. We have the boiler room, right, which can get us to there, or we can go with the cloister room. And I'm thinking I go with the cloister room. Now the problem with going with the cloister room is these two doors could be locked. And if these two doors are locked, we are fucked. Now there is one other option that we can do, and that is we can re-roll with a diamond. We have 3 diamonds. We can re-roll 3 times. But the question you have to ask yourself is it even worth re-rolling if we don't get anything that can go up or to the left? That's the question. So you either go with the cloister and, you know, possibly, you know, get 2 locked doors, or you re-roll 3 times. So I'm gonna say let's play the lottery, right? Let's re-roll. Let's play the lottery. So we got the bookshop, books for sale. We got the drafting studio. Now the drafting studio could be extremely useful. We got the workshop, but we don't really have anything. The workshop ain't, we don't really got shit for the workshop to even combine anything, I don't think. But the drafting studio is extremely useful. For 2 gems, we could select a new floor plan to permanently add to our drafting pool. And the one thing that I've learned about this game, I've never seen the bookshop though. I will say that. I've never seen the bookshop. But the one thing I've learned about the drafting studio is that if you get the drafting studio, you always draft the studio. Now this is going to end our session, and that's fine. I'm cool with ending it here. Just because of what it means that we're going to unlock. I mean, unless we find a key in here. I mean, if we find a key in here, then... Oh, wow. We found a key in here. Is this door locked? Okay, this door is locked. So, I don't know if I'm even... Should I even use this on this door, or should I use it on the gymnasium, right? I might just go back down there and use it on the gymnasium, but... The reason why this drafting studio is so important is because we now get to add something to our drafting pool. So it says, in the drafting studio, you will now be able to choose a brand new floor plan to permanently add to your draft pool. Permanent changes do not reset, which means this is not going to reset. So last time, I had the kennel. The kennel was an option, but I didn't use it. It said each time you dig in a room, unlock all doors in that room. Um, Dove Coat. Whenever you draw Dove Coat while drafting, you may rotate floor plans. That's interesting. I didn't. Whenever you draw the Dove Coat while drafting, you may rotate floor plans. I don't. And then there's the clock tower. Tomorrow you will start with one key for each room you draft today. Wow. You will start with one key for each room you draft today. That's wow. That's actually useful. Add this to floor plan. The clock tower, that's actually insane, bro. Because you get a key. So let's say if it worked for today, that would be what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I would start the day with 26 keys. That is extremely OP, bro. That is extremely OP. So I'm gonna just go ahead because I'm cool with calling it a day today. We have the drawing room, which we can't use. We have the maid's chamber, which doesn't do anything for us. And then we got the planetarium. So I'm going to just go ahead and draft the planetarium. Like I said, we always could have just used the thing, but we got 16, which means we'll have, what, 17? So what do we get for 17? The twins, the farmer's apple, and the clavis key. So, and then if we call it a day in here, we should actually get, yeah. Oh, we get 18. So I should have looked at what 18 was. I screwed up by not looking at that. But again, very useful day. As far as rooms, we didn't draft anything new or find anything new, but we did get that drafting studio, which is very vital to adding new rooms to our pool. And now we have the clock tower. So all it's going to take is for us to be able to draft the clock tower on one good day. And yeah, it's gonna be a problem. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. It's gonna be nasty if we could draft that clock tower. Now, my only thing that I would like to know, and that is, can we draft the clock tower anywhere? I want to know if, like, if we could draft the clock tower. Like, cause think about that. We would have like 26 keys right now if we had that clock tower, bro. 26 of those keys. So we basically have access to the whole house. Like, it would be you would be very hard pressed to not, So we're gonna draw the library. Now here's the thing. The reason why I'm selecting this room early out like this, and hear me out, and that is because drafting the library leads to you drafting like rare rooms. So let's look at this slip. I've seen the Sightseer's Guide already. I've seen Swimbird already. The Fixed Stars, I believe, I didn't look at this, but I think the Fixed Stars is just the book that you have in the planetarium. I assumed. I mean, we could select this next because I haven't looked at that. We just watched the history of Orindia. The drafting strategy is the thing that told me about the different drafting pools. Like, oh, if you draft a Nook, you'll always draft a library next. If you want to draft a bookstore, you can only draft a bookstore from drafting the library, etc., etc. That right there is what told us like how to do certain things or whatever. So that was useful. So the only thing I haven't looked at is the Fixed Stars and the pump system. And I think that just tells us excuse me, it just tells us how the pump room works in here. But yeah, that book is actually, if you guys are playing this game, the drafting strategy is actually very useful. Like, it'll tell you things like this, right? The green room, for example. It'll tell you that you want to build the terrace before you build the cloister because you will lose 3 gems. Because if you build the terrace first, it says green rooms do not cost gems to draft. But if you built the cloister, you've already spent 3 gems to build that cloister room. So it has certain tips like that in there to like build this to build that. Like, you know, don't build the dark room if you can't build the utility closet, etc., etc. You know, just look things of that nature that's gonna help you with, you know, things of that nature that's just gonna help you with, you know, figuring things out. So now we have 19. I do not remember what 19 is, and I don't think it's in this book either, because it only tells you certain things. Green rooms are more likely to contain special flowers today. So that's for 20. I don't know what 19 does. What does 19 does? So I know the bottom right is a key. I don't know what top left is. I think it's a gem, right? Yeah, gem, 5 gems, and then I think that's a key. Yeah, clavis the key, diamondus major. Okay. So we got a key and we got 5 gems. So this was actually a good day as far as stars and stuff confirmed or whatever. Like that was actually a pretty good day. I'm gonna throw the storeroom here just so we can just load up on some more stuff. We got a coin, we got another key, and then we also have another gem. So we got 3 keys, 7 gems, 1 coin. We're not balling, but we're only not balling because I didn't take my allowance at the start, right? I still got my allowance here, which is 6 coins, as you can see here in the main menu. So I'm not gonna fuck with it just yet. I'm gonna let that sit there. Now the question is, do we go with the gems, or do we go with the parlor puzzle and get the gems, or do we go with the closet and get the items? Because the items to me could be way more useful. You know, we got another key, and then we got a dice. So even if we get some funky shit on this right door, we always can re-roll, which is nice. You know, that's always a thing that I be concerned about. I'm like, oh, I might get some bullshit like a coat check or a nursery. Like, look at this, a nursery and a coat check. Now, personally, I would want to re-roll, but I'm not going to re-roll this early. We're going to just chill out. You know, we'll chill out real quick. So the box says the white box do not have a statement. That's what the black box says. The white box does not have a statement. The white box does not have a statement. What the fuck? Alright, and then the blue box, the gems are in the box with the statement. Ah, man, the problem with these puzzles is that, like, I don't know, bro. Like, I mean, this is being truthful. This could be the lie, and then that would mean that the gem is actually in the white box, right? Like, but it could also, to me, be in the black box. I don't know, bro. It's either the black box or the white box, because I'm assuming the blue box is lying. The gems are in the box with a statement. If that's a lie, the white box did not have a statement. That would mean it's between. So that, to me, that means it's either black or white. I'm gonna go white. I mean, it's probably wrong again, and I probably fucked up again. Okay, I actually got it right this time. I'm not gonna lie, like the statements that you're being given, that's really what makes it a little bit harder each time. Like, you gotta really be like paying attention to what they're saying and how they're saying it. Now we do got 10 gems, so I'm gonna go laboratory, and I don't think there's. Okay, so we got a lever. So now here's the thing, we got a lever. Now, we need to be very careful with how we go about this. Now, this is perfect. We got the East Wing Hall. We got the conference room. I'm going to go with the East Wing Hall. We got part of what we need. I need a green room here. Okay, we got the solarium. I'm going to craft the solarium, bro. Can't dig nothing up. I'm crafting the solarium just because it's going to give us rooms that are more uncommon. I'm gonna craft the chapel room. We'll lose our 1 coin. Do they got anything for us in here? No, they don't have anything for us. The servants' quarter. 1 key for each bedroom in your house. Well, so far we don't have any bedrooms in our house, so that would be kind of pointless. I'm gonna go with the den, because the den just gives us more paths and doors and whatnot. So I pretty much have to go with the den. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep us alive anyway. So now this is what I was talking about when I was talking about the cloister room and how it's gonna cost you 3 gems before you build the terrace. But I need this. I need the cloister room just because the directions. We got a door to the left and forward. We wouldn't have gotten that any other way. Now there is a music room. I've never built the music room, and that's the reason why I built the solarium, because we didn't have a music room and all this other shit before. So this is actually very, very useful. Now the problem with the office is we could spread money, the opportunity to earn and spread money, but we don't have a conference room. Conference room would have been useful if I would have built that instead of the solarium, but I'm going to go ahead and build the music room, because again, like I said, I haven't built the music room. Never even been in here before. This is the very first for me. And then look at this. We got the key to the secret garden messing with this music room. And we got 2 keys. Tell me that's a special key that we picked up. No, it's not. It's just a secret garden key. I'm trying to just see where I want to go from here. Because we got the chapel. We might as well just backtrack and go through the chapel room. Just because right now they're not taking no money from us. So while we don't have any money to be taken from us. So now we have the greenhouse. So you know that we got to draft the greenhouse now. We got the gems to do it. And the reason why I'm saying this is, okay, so look, we got some gems. We got 3 gems out of here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We got the sledgehammer. I would have loved the shovel, but most importantly, we have the broken lever. And that is the most important thing about this, right? Because the broken lever gives us access to that room. Now, here's the part where I fucked up at. The part where I fucked up at is we didn't open that south door. That south door is open. We didn't open that door. So look, now we gotta go all the way the fuck back out here, using our steps. Because now we got both doors open. We got the south door open, and then we about to open the north door to room 46. And we're not gonna have a lot of steps when we do it, so we have to be extremely careful. And that was personally my fault for not doing this first. This should be the first thing that you do just to start your run off. Every run should start with you opening this door, just so that you have it open. You know what I mean? Like, Whoa, whoa, whoa. Huh? I don't know what the hell I just did. Bro, what? Hold the phone. I'm not gonna lie, I have no clue what the hell I just did, but okay, I might have just screwed this up somehow, bro. I'm so confused by this because I raised this. I wasn't supposed to raise this, I'm guessing, yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to figure out what the hell did I do wrong. Can I even? No. That's not how did I do this before? All right, this doesn't raise this, right? This spins it. No, that raises it. Okay, bro. What the dog? What am I doing different? Okay, wait, I think I know what I did different. I didn't put it that way. I think that's the way I had it before. Like, bro, see, like, you think you have something figured out, then you do some dumb shit, and then it just completely screws up with what you're doing. All right, so now I should have it, right? This shouldn't raise it up. This should spin it, right? Okay, yeah. Okay. I'm like, bro, what did I do? Like, that I screwed this up completely. Like, I was so confused just now. I'm like, to my knowledge, I did exactly what I did before, but apparently I did not do so. But whatever, we'll live, bro. We're gonna run all the way down this way. Open this door. Pull a lever. And then we got the south door open. I mean, we got some keys. We got some keys. We got some gems. I mean, my only real issue is that we only got one dice. Like, you know, I had to roll, like, what? We had 3 dice, I think, total, and I had to roll the dice twice, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe that was last game. I don't know, but I wish you could use one of these doors to just bypass all of this shit and just skip straight to it. So we got 39. I think by the time we get out of this place, we're going to have, like, maybe 34. So by the time we get back to the music room or the cloister room, we'll probably have like 27 steps. I don't know. I'm literally just spitballing. I'm literally just spitballing it, like, as to how many things we'll have. Like, I genuinely don't know. So now we're at 38. I mean, I hope my math is like really bad. I hope my math is really off and we have a lot more steps, but I'm like I said, I'm spitballing it. I said 30. I said 27 by the time we get back. So we shall see. We're at 35. This should put us at 34. Oh no, it ain't gonna put us at 34. I thought it would put us at 34. Okay. This will put us at 34. Alright, so now we're back here. 33, 32, 31, 30, 29. Okay, so I was off by 2. So the question is if I should do the cloister room or should I do the music room? Let's just grab our allowance now because there's no guarantee that we're coming back this way. I mean, if we're lucky. Oh, I forgot about the experiment. I might have fucked up by not doing that experiment. Whenever you spend 2 or more gems drafting a room, add 3 aquariums to today's draft pool. Permanently add 1 gold to your allowance. Set your dice to 2. Okay, so when you draft a hallway from another hallway, set your dice to 2. Whenever you spend 2 or more gems drafting a room, set your dice to 2. This could be useful. Now, the question is, do I immediately just take the 2 dice, but that's only going to give me 1 dice? Right? These 2 are the most important right here. My allowance is 6 coins. We can immediately go up to 7 coins by default. No question, no nothing. We don't got to do nothing. We just get our coins. We can also immediately go from 1 dice to 2 dice. So what I could do is cancel this shit, right? We could cancel it. We could go roll our dice and then we can come back to the laboratory. Now, the thing is, that's going to cost us steps. Or we can use the room where every time you spend a gem, you set your dice to 2. You know, which would be which would be very useful. But I'm trying to see, we're at 32, that would be 31, 30, 29, 28. It would be 28 to go to any of these rooms. So I'm thinking we save it. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we save it. We come back to this. Gonna waste some money, but I'm cool with wasting the money in my opinion. Okay, so that door requires a key card. That's bullshit. We could do the courtyard or we could re-roll. The problem is that we re-roll and get a room that doesn't have any, you know, we run into a very, very bad issue. So, oh man, aquarium is guaranteed. So we have 2 options. We could do the hallway. We have 2 options. We have a green room and we got a hallway. If we do green room, we can get the aquarium. Where's the aquarium at? We get the aquarium and there's a room leading up and down, right? So we'll be able to go to the right and we'll be able to go down to the observatory. If we take this room, the hallway room, you know, we already did we didn't do a passageway. So if we do a hallway, we could do a passageway or we could do a great hall. But the problem is that the great hall ain't gonna really give us much. So my thing would be to just do a green room and just pray we get aquarium. Yeah. So we did get aquarium. Okay. Then there's the morning room. tomorrow you will start with 2 gems, so we'll start with 4 gems. I'm gonna go aquarium now. Is there anything on that table? Nothing on that table. So we got the shovel. Shovel ain't gonna really do much for us here though. Do we have an office? We don't have an office, so it doesn't even matter. Then we have the security room. And then we have the veranda. I don't think I've ever drafted the veranda, so I'm gonna do security. And there's really nothing in here, unfortunately. And then I guess we got our last room. Passageway. Wow, what a waste. So I'm gonna re-roll just cause whenever you enter ballroom, set your diamonds to 2. Okay. So now we got 2. Nice. So here's the thing, we gotta go back this way, right? Gotta go back this way, gotta go back this way. Alright, so I'm done digging up coins just because seems kind of pointless, but we will do the experiment. And we will immediately set our dice to 2. So now we have 2 dice. So now we still got a chance to, you know, we still have a fighting chance, basically. We don't have many footsteps. We don't have many footsteps left, but I almost accidentally drafted the garage by accident. I'm not gonna lie. So we'll draft the gymnasium. Unfortunately, losing two steps in the process, but those shoes come in very, very helpful. So we got the shoes. Oh, the coupon book. I was gonna say, what was the 4th item? Damn. Here's one thing I need to see though. The secret garden. I was kind of nervous about building a secret garden just because. Ooh, we got steps. Damn, that came in kind of clutch. Not gonna lie. The secret garden opens the left door. So we pretty much got almost every door in the antechamber open, bro. We got the north, the south, and the west door open. unfortunately, you know what would be clutch right now, bro? I'm not gonna hold you. What would really be clutch would be. Okay, so the weather vanes are already lined up, so I don't even need to spin that. What would be clutch is me digging up a turnip right now, getting 6 footsteps. Pebbles. Nice, 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 nice. Absolutely useless. Oh! I'm not gonna lie. Just to stay alive, we need this guest bedroom. I'm sorry. We need the guest bedroom. Like, I need to stay alive, bro. We need to stay alive. And that's going to be useful. That guest bedroom came in clutch. And look at God working his magic, bro. Giving us a double passageway. I mean, I probably should have saved that for when we got up there, but like I'm at the point where like, okay, we can't go that way. Okay. I'm kind of at the point where we're kind of just like, yo, we need whatever we can get. You know what I'm saying? Like we badly need whatever we can get to try to get to one of these rooms, bro. Like, and the beauty is I have options, bro. Like we have the south and the west west option. So it's like however we get there is however we get there, bro. We still got keys. We still got a dice. Like we just need. Oh man, bro. Oh my god. If only we could have drafted this drafting studio. Oh my god. So at this point, all we have left is the corridor. This right here is gonna make or break if whether we beat the game or not. So let's say a little prayer and then hope. We got the conference room. We got the conference room. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Oh. Oh. Let's go, baby. We got the boudoir. I love how the music just stops, bro, on some horror movie shit, bro. The music just stopped playing. It's like we here. And I'm fucking around instead of just ending the game, instead of just going to do what we gotta do. Hey, I'm not going, you know what? I'm not about to fuck myself over because I'm like, what if I get to that door and that door needs a key, bro? So we got the basement key already. We'll pick the basement key up again, but we already got that joint. You know what I mean? Like, let's go, baby! Let's go, baby! We actually did it, bruh.
There was once a red prince.
Let's see.
Who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown made of rubies, and a red castle made of stone. The prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color, the prince often said. He could not stand the sight of a canary or a crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. And he never looked up for fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. He didn't see the birds or the changing of the leaves. never saw the sights
So,
of life's many symphonies. He couldn't see beyond the red shade he was aware. He never caught a glimpse of the world I had to share. But one day the prince saw something new. And if you look closely, you might see it too. The skies parted and the clouds withdrew. The prince had a new favorite color. The color blue.
I'm gonna be honest, man. That this was cool. But the problem is that I still have fuck all knowledge about what happened. You know, like I know that, you know, the author of the book, right? The Blue Prince's mother, I wanna say, right? She disappears or some shit like that, right? He had a brother who he didn't like, right? We seen that book in the bunk room or whatever, and how the brother would draw, you know, in the book or whatever. I'm guessing he used to like red, and then now he likes blue. I just don't get the significance in a lot of this, bro. Then there's like, you know, the whole, they were planning a heist, and there was an investigation, and like, you know, she went missing, and just, I don't know, bro. It's just a whole lot of like, just, I don't know, fuckery. Like, I just want to understand like just the story itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really care too much about like we beat the game. Like, we're watching the credits. We beat the game, obviously. We made it to the final room or whatever, or the door. But I mean, for me, it's more so I kind of want to understand the whole story about the place, the rooms, you know, what actually happened. So I definitely got some digging to do, but I'm not gonna lie, I definitely enjoyed this game. It has its frustrating moments where it pisses you off, you know, but for Christopher Manson, who opened many doors for me, it has its moments where it pisses you off. It has its moments where it frustrates you. It has its moments, and I kind of get what people were saying, because like I said, as I played each day, I would kind of take a day off and I would spend it like reading up about the game, reading up about what people were saying, reading up about what people were saying, reading up about, you know, certain things and whatnot. And the one thing that I noticed a lot of people talking about was like, there is a way for you to combat like the RNG aspect. And I guess technically speaking, there kind of is. Like, you know, when you get the foundation doesn't move. When you get the permanent upgrades, you get 70 footsteps. That doesn't change. You know, when you get you unlock the Gemstone Cavern. There's plenty of places that I didn't unlock. Then there was like something like the clock tower, which gives you access to like however many keys. So if you finish the day with 25 rooms, your next day you now have 25 keys. You know, if you could get the morning room, you're now spawning in with 2 extra gems. So you're getting the 2 gems from, you know, you're getting the 2 gems from the Gemstone Cavern, and you're getting the 2 gemstones from, thing. Then there's the room upgrades. I upgraded my Nook. I upgraded the spare room, which you see right there next to the corridors, the spare green room now. I upgraded a couple rooms. I found about 3 or 4 discs that I was able to upgrade. I upgraded the parlor as well too, because you see I was getting 3 gems instead of 1 gem or 2 gems. So and you could turn that into like just that, or you could turn it into the funeral parlor where you lose steps if you get it wrong. So that's why I didn't choose that, because I definitely would have lost 10 steps on one of those runs the previous day. But the point that I'm trying to make about this game is that I've seen a lot of people saying that you're at the mercy of the RNG, and you are. It took me 23 days to actually beat the game. But that's also with looking up tips and people telling me, but I don't think I would have beaten it in 23 days if I didn't like go online and look at the tips of people telling me don't be afraid to end rooms early. I would never have built like that greenhouse on that right side. I would have never built that music room, like just courtyards, just ending certain rooms early. I would have never did that in my first couple of days, playing. But once I read that by day 3 or day 4, I started ending those rooms. And, I'm just saying, like, I get why people would be frustrated and why they would have a hard time with this game, or why they didn't enjoy it at first. But I gotta say that, this game was actually fun. And if you play it long enough, you can kind of, negate a lot of that RNG by unlocking a lot of these upgrades that I was talking about, like the Gemstone Cavern, the Apple Orchard, unlocking the allowance so that you have more money to spend, things of that nature. And then there's still so many different rooms that I haven't even, actually unlocked. There's so many rooms that I haven't even, really figured out. And I imagine that there's still puzzles and things that I still haven't even unlocked yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen somebody post that there's a tomb or something like that. I've never even unlocked the tomb. So I couldn't even tell you what the tomb was or how to even get there. And then now they're giving me a crown of some sort. Open only in the event of inheritance. It says, Dear Baron, welcome to Mount Holly, your home. I still remember the first time being addressed by... Wait. Okay, I think this is if I beat the game. I still remember the first time I was addressed by my title. I was quite a bit older than you, but it still felt strange, especially after a lifetime of hearing my father addressed daily by that same title. But life is a journey of growth, growing up, growing older, growing wiser, and in our case, growing the Baron of Reddington. The Baron doesn't have to be a daunting figure. He could be quiet and unassuming, or loud, brash, and boisterous. He could be deep-lived or trustworthy, humble or boastful, or any measure of other things, but always clever. When I inherited Mount Holly, I never had to prove myself. They just gave me the keys and left it at that. It felt too easy, too trivial, and very underdeserved. Experience comes with time, but without validation. I spent the better part of my youth questioning myself. And as I grew older, that lack of conviction and aimlessness amplified. I never really had any goals or objectives to strive towards. I never had any dreams to realize. I never set my sights on something beyond the horizon. I never had a room 46 to reach. And now that you have reached your goal and are basking in your well-deserved glory, shiny trophy in hand and showered with accolades and titles, will you be content to stop there, or will you look to the horizon and wonder what dreams lies ahead? Oven Navarre, Herbert S. Sinclair. So there you have it, man. Like that is it. We actually beat the game, and it took 23 days. Like I said, the RNG, I'm just showing like my days, day 1, day 2. I did see online somebody said that the RNG kind of becomes less forgiving or more forgiving after you spend like 2 weeks here. So I will say that, I did notice that, because if you notice, right, I was finding new rooms and unlocking new rooms. Like, I had a day like day 10 where it just cooked me. Just a bad day, not enough keys, like things being locked. Day 11, not too bad, but a lot of red rooms. a day like day 12 where I had the south room open because I had the south and the east room open, I think, or maybe just the east room open because of the secret garden. Day 13, day 14, a day like that. And I think day 14 is where I finally unlocked the foundation. So it took me literally a minimum of 2 weeks. Those 14 days, I literally could not even find the foundation to even get close to unlocking room 46 and whatnot. But like I said, I think it was day 9. Yeah, day 9 is when I actually got to the antechamber room. I got to the greenhouse. I managed to get the aquarium where the broken lever was at, and I think day 9 was like my biggest day, and I think that was the last day I actually recorded for this playthrough. But day 9 is when I actually got the broken lever. I was able to open a room, get the basement key, and I put that basement key in code check. You probably won't even see a code check on this map for like 3 or 4 days, right? Like I think day 13 is when I got another code check, and I don't think I even took it out. I think I waited, and then I think I got the foundation, and I think the next day I tried to open up code check. Nope, not that day. It was this day, day 16. I managed to get code check. I immediately took that basement key out, and then I immediately tried to build towards the foundation. And then I found out that that wasn't gonna work. Like that did nothing. Like, but I'm kind of happy that I was finally able to, beat the game. And another thing I did like about this game was how like the manor changed based on what you build. I had like garden manor, east facing cottage, garden villa, west facing inn, sizable manor, rustic villa, quaint cottage, ordinary villa, garden manor, mid-sized villa, red villa, garden villa, east facing villa, garden manor, which was the day that I beat it. So yeah, man, hopefully you guys enjoyed this playthrough of Blueprints. I do plan on keeping to play this game just because I want to unlock the rooms. I have like a couple of rooms. I have 3 here, 1 here, 1 near. I got some bedrooms to unlock, which is like one of them is like the servant's quarter or something like that. I got a hallway to unlock. I got a green room. I still got a bunch of shops to unlock, which I think one of them is just a bookshop. I unlocked all the red rooms. And then I still haven't even crafted the mechanarium. And then there's the clock tower that I never even crafted the clock tower. So I feel like the game hasn't been beaten yet until I craft every single room. Once I craft every single room, then I will say that I beat this game fully. But until then, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out, y'all. Peace.